Eastenders fans are in for the soap's most explosive Christmas yet, says the man at the center of all the drama. Millions of viewers will see Jake Wood's unhinged character, Max Branning, go on the warpath to exact revenge on Ian Beale and Phil Mitchell. Eastenders fans are in for a treat this Christmas as Max Branning's life spirals out of control. Max's secrets start to unravel in Eastenders' Christmas trailer. Things come to a head on Christmas Day, with terrifying consequences. But actor Jake, 45, insists that, unlike troubled Max, he will escape the harrowing storyline with his sanity intact. Shrugging, he told The Sun on Sunday, Max goes on a murderous, psychotic bender, but it's just another day at work, really. It is all coming to a head and hopey, in years to come, it will be seen as one of the best and most iconic Christmas episodes ever. Max is on the edge, and wants to make everybody pay. Max is rapidly losing the plot. This week's action-packed episodes saw him hurl abuse at his daughters, scar his wrists with a lit cigarette and slam his head into a mirror. Next week he has murder in mind. Jake said, "These are definitely some of the most intense scenes I've ever filmed, but it's what we do, and my job is to make Max as real as possible. The hardest thing about it is the workload. When you are in the middle of a really big storyline, it's just incredibly long hours, and that can be very draining." Actor Jake Wood says playing Max can be draining. You're often filming stuff that's very emotional for a long time, so you get tired. At the same time, it's incredibly exciting, like being in the eye of the storm. But I'm quite happy to switch off and leave Max at work. As soon as I drive out of the place, I'm just dad again, and I want to be back at home with the kids. Max revisits his old romance with Stacy, who is now married. They don't really Eastenders, so they don't have a clue about what's going on with Max on screen. They would rather I read the stories to them in bed. But at the moment, that might be the world's worst bedtime story. Max has grown increasingly disturbed and hell-bent on retribution since being freed from jail after being wrongly convicted of Ian's daughter Lucy. Even Max's daughters Lauren, played by Jacqueline Josa, and Abby, Lorna Fitzgerald, have turned against him. Max's relationship with his daughters, Lauren and Abby, is breaking down as his mind continues to unravel, with Max even coming on to ex-lover Stacey Fowler. His bitter plan will lead to the exits of Lauren and Abby. BBC bosses confirmed in September that the girls would be leaving Albert Square after Christmas. Jake reckons the dramatic storyline is a sign of the soap turning a corner and moving forward, but admits he will be sorry to see the girls leave. He said, "When I was reading the Christmas scripts, the only way I could make sense of what Max was doing was that he was having a psychotic episode." Actor Jake Wood has seen his on-screen daughters grow up. He's reached pretty much rock bottom, and he's a dangerous man, because he has convinced himself that he has absolutely nothing to lose. He's unhinged. To my mind, this is Max at his lowest ebb, and he's capable of murder, 100%. This storyline has been playing out for a year, but now John York, our executive producer, has put a massive flame under it, sped it up and ramped it up. It feels like Eastenders has turned a corner in terms of where we've been in the past year or so, and long may that continue. Daughter Abby could be in danger as Max's life unfurls. That said, it's incredibly sad to see the girls go. Obviously, I've had Lorna grow up. She feels like a member of my own family now, as does Jacqueline. But I'm very excited to see what they go on to do, and I'm sure they will both be incredibly successful. They're both very down-to-earth and talented young women. I'm really excited for them. Jake Wood says he believes there may be a future for Max Branning while the girls' exit from the soap is sealed. Max's future on the square remains uncertain. Jake insists he is ready to accept the axe if it comes. He said, "I never felt Max was irredeemable, because he has very genuine reasons for doing what he's doing. He was put inside for 20 years for something he didn't do and left to rot." Max Branning is one of Eastenders' most intriguing characters, and is often making enemies of those close to him. But Max being Max, he always goes about things in the wrong way. Some people think this is the end of the road, and I'm not sure whether the road ends or continues. There are plenty of options, plenty of ways it could continue. But if it's the end of story, then so be it. It's been a great story. Jake Wood, with wife Alison Murray away from Walford. Jake, 45, is looking forward to spending a quiet Christmas with his wife Alison Murray, daughter Amber, 12, and son Buster, 9. As an avid boxing fan, he will be tuning into the BBC Sports Personality of the Year to cheer on heavyweight champion nominee Anthony Joshua. Jake said, "I'm rooting for Anthony, yes. I'm a huge fan of boxing and he's a good boxer. I don't think he's the finished article yet, but he's doing incredibly well and he's well managed his career over the next few years with great interest." Jake Wood is a big boxing fan and admires Anthony Joshua. "I love my boxing training. That's what I do to unwind after intense scenes on EastEnders. I'll play five-a-side football or do a bit of boxing to help me to relax." In the new year, former boxer Spencer Oliver and I are launching a boxing podcast called Pound for Pound, which will be a light-hearted look at the characters around the sport. We're getting some great characters on the show too, such as Ray Winston and Gary Lineker. Boxing aside, former Strictly contestant Jake says that come Christmas Day his family will be glued to the telly for the hit dancing show's festive special. Enemies on screen, pals off it. Jake Wood has been supporting pal Davud Gadami on Strictly. He told how he was on hand to give EastEnders co-star Davud Gadami, who plays Kush, and actor pal Joe McFadden top tips to prepare them for the stints on this year's series. Jake, who reached the semi-final in 2014, said, "I'm retired from dancing but I still Strictly to support the dancers. Jeanette Manrara, alias Skorjanek, and Giovanni Pernis are all pals. Davud and Joe both tapped me up for info and advice this year, but it's hard to prepare anyone because it is physically so tough. I told them to eat and sleep." Actors Scott Maslin and Jake Wood have both done Strictly. That was the advice Jack got from co-star Scott Maslin, who plays Max's brother Jack and appeared on Strictly in 2010. He says, "It is simple but it was the best advice anyone gave me. You are doing a jive 8 hours a day, basically hopping on the spot for 8 hours, and it is an unpleasant experience in some ways, so you need to refuel." And seen kitting out bachelor pad, his wife fears they'll divorce. Strictly pro Gorka secretly dating gym trainer behind Gemma Atkinson's back. EastEnders actress Patsy Palmer's loud dating Cindy Crawford's model daughter Meghan Markle reveals she was pressured by agents to lie about her age. Catherine Tilsley confirms she has quick hurry and will leave next year. Every series people drop weight like crazy. It's a physically demanding show, much more so than people expect. So anyone thinking of doing it should make sure they're fit and look after themselves. It's hard for me to call a winner this year because I tend to focus on the pro dancers. But I will say I'm very pleased it's them who are taking part, not me.